Good morning, Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma. Welcome to Special Report for Monday, first day of the week, first show of the week. And how was your weekend, by the way?
We're near the end of August, Chris.
I know, August 24th.
What is going on? And I got some fog. All weekend I've been
another great morning shot probably from our camera too.
Yeah, we'll see that later on. But we had a fog advisory Saturday morning, and we have another fog advisory this morning. So I'll start it off with that.
This is probably because it's getting colder at night and then starts to heat up.
Well, it was very warm overnight. But then as we're getting through this humidity, and then things are going to drop off. But yeah, we're having, with the systems moving through, it's creating a lot of unstable weather, so it's foggy in some areas. So I'll just do a brief mention of this fog advisory, which is in effect till probably late morning, early afternoon, depending on where you are. It covers Sault Ste. Marie, St. Joseph Island, Searchmont, Montreal River Harbor, and Batchewana Bay. So near zero visibility in fog is expected or occurring in these regions. It should start to dissipate by 9 a.m. Portions of northeastern and central Ontario, including Highway 17 between Sault Ste. Marie and North Bay, will be affected. So your visibility is reduced, obviously, and remind people to drive safely. You might have to defog your windows this morning. And
I put the heater on this morning.
Yeah.
Just
to get the fog out, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets really hot in there, and you put the air conditioning back on. So how was your weekend?
Do what you gotta do. Well, it was good. Actually, I went to that restaurant you suggested, Bobbers, out in Bruce Mines. Very good food. Had a burger there. It was really nice. Walked a little around on the waterfront there as well.
It's nice up in Bruce Mines there.
Yeah, it's a very nice area. So my girlfriend and I had fun. So that was good.
Yeah, awesome.
Got us out of the city for a bit, and we both had burgers. They're both very good meals.
Yeah.
I got there just in time though because of the social distancing.
Okay.
They could only fit so many people inside.
They still have the patio outside?
They do, but it was about to rain.
Right.
Now the rain held off till about 7. They told us it was going to probably be rain around 6, so we probably wouldn't have finished our meal had it rained at 6. So we sat inside instead. But
it was nice when Nathan and I went there July 1st when we were up at the island. We were one of the first ones to use it because it had just opened that day. We had no clue, so it worked out. And at the time, you couldn't sit inside, right? So.
Yeah. Well, they had the full patio on the back, and then they roped off another whole area where they had like 4 or 5 other tables in addition. So they had a lot of outdoor seating.
Wow.
But it was obviously very limited indoors because of the social distancing. They couldn't even use the tables on one side, just the one.
That's right, because it is very cramped.
We would have been within 6 feet.
Yeah.
So their indoor tables were probably about a third of what they normally would be. Mm-hmm. So as long as the weather's good, they can at least have quite a few people.
They can get the outside filled up. Yeah.
Awesome. But our good-looking weekends are slowly diminishing as we head towards fall and eventually winter. When no one is going to want to be out on a patio.
Nobody's going to want to hear my forecast then.
Yeah, no. I mean, some of the restaurants here in town that have been doing the outdoor patios downtown are talking about getting those outdoor heaters.
So they can go at least till October.
They can go a little bit longer, put up higher paneling to block the wind and elements and so on. Yeah. So there are ways you can extend the patio season. I mean, no one's going to be on a patio in January, but there is ways you can extend it at least into October.
Yeah, and take, September's usually a pretty good month.
It's pretty good. I mean, we have our chilly days, but it's still okay. And sometimes you got to wear a jacket, but this is Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the country with 8 months of cold weather. Doug Ford today, 1 p.m., Queen's Park. So he's not touring around today. He's going to be there with the Attorney General, Doug Downey, Solicitor General, Sylvia Jones, and also Jill Dunlop, who is the Associate Minister of Child and Women's Issues. We'll carry that for you at 1 p.m. on Special Report. So make sure you come back here at that point in time, and we'll find out what's going on there. I'm guessing it has, with Children's and Women's Issues there, plus Attorney General and Solicitor General.
It's going to be something law related.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Or could even be maybe funding towards women's shelters or some sort of extension of funding to them or something. That would be my
It's always a guess. We play the guessing game.
Yeah, we're playing a guessing game here, but that would be my guess is that's probably what it will have something to do with, which obviously would help locally here with our women's shelter as well. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Recalls. That's right. I got to get to the recall first.
You get to the recall before we move to the next one.
Okay, if you bought peaches between June 1st and August 22nd, so basically if you have peaches that aren't rotten in your fridge, this may or may not apply to you. Check to see if they were from California. There's a bunch of fresh peaches that have now been recalled under various brand names for potential contamination of salmonella. You don't want to get salmonella.
No.
It's not fun. Had it before. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I know my girlfriend and I threw out our peaches because we had bought them, but we didn't know where they came from because we had taken the packaging off, and so we threw out ours.
Just to be safe.
Yeah, just to be on the safe side. I'd rather spend another $4 to get another basket of peaches than get salmonella poisoning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But anyways, these are for peaches that were coming from California, so make sure you check that. And also, there's another salmonella outbreak that has been linked to red onions imported from the U.S., but you can go to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency's website, and they have all the information there, both on the recalled peaches and then also the recalled red onions. So if you have any red onions from America, I would check the website for Food Inspection Canada first before I would put them in my food. Just a little piece of advice there, but
you want to
avoid salmonella. Another thing you want to avoid is house fires.
Absolutely, and unfortunately there was one yesterday in the city's west end on McFadden Avenue. So just shortly after noon, Sault Ste. Marie Fire received a call to that location at 132 McFadden. So they responded, and after forcing their way in, they did find a small dog in need of oxygen. They were able to rescue the dog. Our news director Craig Huckerby attended and got some footage there, and I'm sure he'll have an update on the story when he gets some words back from the fire department. But yes, the dog was rescued. As you can see, it's a brick house, so the outside of the structure looks fine, but the inside was very heavily damaged. There was some power lines that were coming down as well, so they had to get PUC there. But from what I know, they've kept it. We have no word on if there's any occupants in the house. But the dog has been rescued, so that's a good news story there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate there's a fire, but thankfully they were able to save the dog.
Yeah, I know my parents have like a sticker on their front door that says "Save my pets."
Yep. Those are good to have.
I think they got that from their vet, I believe. But yeah, my parents have a thing on their front door that basically says, "Save my pets." So if there is a fire, they know that there's pets inside.
That's right, and you can check off how many.
Yeah, exactly. Federal government. Terry Sheehan made an announcement just the other day with Melanie Jourlet, who is the Minister of Economic Development and Official Languages, and she's also the minister responsible for FedNor, which is Federal Northern Investment. So they announced $4 million of various projects across Northern Ontario. Out of that $4 million, Sault Ste. Marie got $80,000. Now the $80,000 is to prepare travel information centers that they're not already funded by the provincial government. So most travel information centers that you see are actually funded by the provincial government. There are a few that are not. This is what this money goes towards. Terry Sheehan said, today's announcement will help spur economic diversification and increase business growth and attract investment here in Northern Ontario. I am proud that FedNor investments are helping communities to maximize their potential, supporting good local jobs across our region. And you can see that story also up on Soo Online, and there's also some other grants for other areas in Algoma as well and across Northern Ontario.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, that's good. And if you are worried about the school year coming up still, because we are just blowing through summer here, just moving along. I know
tomorrow will be 2 weeks to the first day of school.
I know it seemed like an eternity a few months ago with everything going on, but things are just moving ahead. But there will not be a shortage of school bus drivers. So parents are being reassured that when students return to school for the 2020 to 2021 school year, there will be no shortage. Joe Santa Maria of the Algoma District School Board told trustees that the Huron Superior Transportation Services Consortium works with 7 busing companies. He adds there have been no concerns about a driver shortage in September, and as far as concerns regarding COVID-19, students will be seated on buses starting at the back to prevent the kids from passing each other as they board. Santa Maria also says bus drivers will be performing a deep clean before and after the kids get off and on the bus. So there's going to be a lot of extra cleaning, a lot of work, but it is good to know that the drivers are coming back and they're going to have enough drivers.
Yeah, they've put a couple measures in place. One is the first on goes to the back of the bus and then you work your way forward. To keep people socially distanced, you'll have to sit with people who also live in your house, so brothers and sisters,
if you have brothers,
to try and maximize the space so they can try and get as many people on a bus as possible. So the school bus companies, we were talking with them 3 or 4 weeks ago. At that point, they said, we're in a position where they've told us what we need to do. Now we just have to figure it out, make sure we have enough drivers. We think we have enough buses. We might have to stagger things because of a staggered school opening to be able to get it all done. But they've been fairly confident from the beginning. So
well, and that's good, right? Because same thing as the city buses had to do with the back before. Okay, so we're gonna get into our weather.
Yes.
We're gonna take a look before we get to our camera here. I came across this video here. There's something that happened over the weekend in Scarborough at the Scarborough Bluffs.
Oh yes.
Yes, so there was a partial collapse. So what you're going to see coming up on your screen is video of that. So no one was injured after the sizable chunk fell apart Sunday afternoon, setting off explosion-like sounds and a wave of dust. This happened just before 4 p.m. From the lookout point on the bluffs. And, the police are reminding people to be careful when you're near these areas, right?
Yeah,
because,
I've been to that beach before when I lived in Toronto.
That's a pretty scary looking thing to happen. We do have our live view coming up on our end here, which is sponsored by wirelesscom.ca. And oh, look at that. I was waiting to see if there's fog.
It's not fog today.
No, but we're looking at beautiful City Hall. Is it completed yet? I feel like I'm going to be saying that for 10 years. But
Only 10?
Yeah, we'll have everything else will be done before that.
They'll have to start renovating again.
But it looks good out there. I will have your forecast coming back up after the commercial, as well as your regional temperatures. So make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What's life without making a few mistakes down the road? A few sharp turns. And doing things for what we adore, but might regret later. A trip to Chuck's Roadhouse isn't one of them. With melt-in-your-mouth AAA steaks, buttery lobster tail, half-priced apps after 9 p.m., an ice-cold draft with all your Roadhouse favorites. Chuck's Roadhouse. Food the way it ought to be, priced the way it used to.
A message from the Government of Canada.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room, create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
And welcome back to Special Report for Monday, August 24th, brought to you by KC Securities. Thank you very much, KC Security, for sponsoring both the AM and PM version of Special Report. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we're going to go over to Weather Daniel. What's going on, bud?
All right. Thank you very much, Chris. Good morning, everyone. There's still some fog lingering out there, so hopefully you can see clearly. As you saw on our camera, things are lifting depending on where you are, but keep that in mind when you're driving if you're coming in from the highway or in certain parts of Algoma. Quickly going to take a minute before I get into the radar to remind everybody about our social media. Of course, you can be watching us on Facebook Live. We appreciate when you interact with us on there because we can actually read your comments live on air or give you a birthday shout out or whatnot. So make sure you do that by watching us on Facebook and also sharing the show. We appreciate it. You can also go to SiouxOnline.com, go to Stay Connected, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and if you want to watch us on different platforms, you can of course watch us on Roku as well as Amazon Fire Stick, or just going to ontv.ca. So it's very simple. So we appreciate all the support on social media. Okay, so we got lots going on. Now we have a low pressure system here coming in over, this is just over Minnesota right now. This is tracking this way right towards us. So we're going to see over the next 24 hours, once again, we're going to get into some unstable weather and probably see 10 to 15 millimeters of showers tomorrow throughout the day. It may change, and we do have 60% chance to start overnight this evening with a risk of a thunderstorm as well. So the fog will clear up this morning, and we will see pretty humid day today, and then it's going to be unstable. You'll see coming up here in the temperatures and the 3-day forecast what I'm talking about. But before we do that, we'll get into our regional temperatures and our expected highs for today. So Thunder Bay is the hot spot of the region, 29 degrees. Wawa, once again, is back to that cool spot status, 21 degrees today, 27 in Timmins, 26 here in Sault Ste. Marie, 27 for Elliott Lake, and 26 in Sudbury. Elliott Lake, Sudbury, and Timmins, as well as here, are also under that fog advisory as well. So if you are in those regions, keep that in mind. Your expected lows overnight for the region, 16 in Thunder Bay, 14 in Wawa, 13 degrees in Timmins, 17 here in Sault Ste. Marie, so we're a bit on the warmer side, and then 15s in Elliott Lake and Sudbury. So as mentioned, we're currently sitting at 19 degrees. Fog is lifting, the sun is trying to come out there, and we will probably see sun for majority of the day. High of 26 degrees, humidex of 30, and our UV index is 7 today, so we got that factored back in. You will see winds 20 kilometers to the northwest, so that is the cooler side of things. It might give you a little bit of a relief from the humidity, which is 78%, and your expected low is 17 overnight, and as mentioned, we do have that 60% chance of showers or thunderstorm coming in. All right, for Tuesday, 24 degrees, and like I said, mainly sunny, and we're going to see low of 15 on Tuesday. I think I mentioned in the radar, I meant tomorrow. I meant Wednesday. Wednesday is when you're going to see those showers. 21 degrees, and we're going to cool back down to seasonal, 16 degrees, and we're looking at 60% at this point on Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to see mainly sunny, few clouds, but again, as we get into the evening, there's then a 30% chance of a shower passing through. As you see, that system's going to make its way towards us, and we're going to see that unstable weather for quite a while. So we got a low of 16 overnight on that day. So that's what's going up on your 3-day. I will have the 7-day weather watcher and all that coming up later on in the show, but we will be right back with more special reports, so stay tuned.
Even though we can't always meet in person, we can still listen.
Even though schools are closed, help is still available in your community.
Even though you may be worried, services and supports are still here.
In stressful times like these, families need mental health supports more than ever.
We are here to make sure you can stay connected to your community and culture.
Nous savons qu'il peut être difficile de rester à la maison, Mais vous n'êtes pas seul.
And we know asking for help for yourself and others can be hard.
But there are people in your community who are ready to support you.
No matter your age, gender, sexual identity, race, or culture.
No matter the day, time, or issue.
We're here to help.
And welcome back to Special Report for Monday, August the 24th. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Thank you to KC Securities for your sponsorship. We've got our Facebook shoutouts now. So good morning to Karen, Marilyn, and Donna. Good morning to all of you who posted in our Facebook chat while we're live here on the air. That's where you can interact with us live on the air. Just go to our Facebook page, Sue Online, click on the live video, and a chat will pop up, and you can make comments in there. Birthday wishes, anniversaries, just want to say good morning. That's where you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. We love that.
Yes, and okay. Our COVID numbers have gone up a little bit over the last few days. There's been a spike. Nothing to be concerned about, though. It's still well within what they're expecting. So we had 150 new cases on Sunday of COVID-19 and no new deaths. There was 108 cases on Saturday and 131 on Friday, so that's 3 days in a row above 100. However, 29 of 34 public health units had 5 cases or fewer. So these are local areas that are having small outbreaks here and there that they're able to contain
them better.
Now that we have contact tracing down to an actual science and we're very good at it, we're able to contain these. We talked about one the other day that was down in the Huron area, where it was all connected to one. Yeah, it was connected to one store, and then all the families from people that work there went to that. So it went out there. And okay, so we now actually have a little over 1,000 active cases in the province. We did test 23,300 people, which was actually down from 28,700 on Saturday. Our positivity rate is still very low at 0.49%. To give a comparison, the positivity rate in America right now is just under 5%.
Yeah.
So their positivity rate is like 10 times our positivity rate. Also, about 50% of the cases were in people under the age of 39. This is a trend we've seen since we started stage 3. And like I said, 20 of the cases were in Toronto, and Peel had 32. York had 10, Ottawa had 7. So the cases are basically contained in certain areas. We haven't had any new cases up here in Algoma District for over 4 weeks
it's
now.
Been a while, yeah.
Now, not all hospitals report data on the weekend on how many people are hospitalized in the ICU, but of the hospitals that did report, there was 41 people in the hospital, 11 in intensive care, and 6 on a ventilator.
Which is down.
Which is down. Now, it depends on what happens in the other hospitals, but that's we've never been below 9 so far, but that 9 was when all the hospitals were reporting.
And it's good to note, too, that the testing numbers are normally lower on the weekend as well.
Yes.
Than they normally are during the week. So 23,000 on the lower end is still above the goal, right?
Yeah, they still want to do, Ford's goal is 22,500 a day, and we're consistently over that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So hockey, we are now in round 2.
Quickly before we get to the break, Yaroslav Halak made 35 saves as the Bruins downed the Lightning 3-2 in Game 1. David Pastrnak and Brad Marchand had a goal and assist each for the Bruins, while Charlie Coyle also scored. Victor Hedman scored twice for the Lightning, who led the NHL with 243 goals before the season was suspended. So, the Bruins are moving, right on through, and we'll see how. It's very interesting playoffs.
Well, yeah, especially unless you're a Canadian team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the normal thing of 2020 is the Toronto Maple Leafs are not in the playoffs.
Yeah. All right, we got to hit a commercial break. We'll be back with a 7-day forecast.
Recently, the government
of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Why am I always trying to blend in? I need to speak up for what I know is right. I have a voice. I am strong enough. I will be a light in my community.
And welcome back to Special Report, Monday, August 24th. We're just
having some fun on the break.
Having some fun. Yeah, Chris had to get a drink in there. He was having some good laughs.
I was laughing a little too much.
Yeah, we're nearing the end of August here, so we're moving along. So we're going to get into the 7-day. But to mention that, as we'll mention quickly the records for today. 33.3. It was your record high in 1947, and in 1946, the year before, 0. Was your record high. So again, the trend with those years were one year was very cold, the next day was warm, or next year was warm.
Yeah.
So the 7-day forecast. So we're going to get into that. So as mentioned, on Tuesday we're looking at a high of 24. Wednesday we'll see some showers move in. Thursday back to some sun and clouds. Friday and Saturday, rain and some showers moving in, 22 and 19 degrees, and then sun's back on Sunday, Monday, 22 and 21 degrees. These overnight lows are between 13 to 16 as well, so they're around seasonal, above a couple days there. And then we're going to take a look at a squirrel now on our weather watcher. There he is on the tree, and that is sent in here from, this is in Sault Ste. Marie, I believe that's at the Whitefish Island there on the trails. There's always lots of squirrels around there, so thank you for sending that in. And if you want to send in photos and videos, weather related or of a squirrel or animal, whatever you got, ontvweather@gmail.com, include your name and location, and we will get it up on the air. So there you go.
Yeah, wow.
The squirrel.
Yeah. Interesting. That's a very good photo, whoever took that.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like
it's
professional
in
quality.
Focus, and everything else is,
It looks like something on National Geographic or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kudos whoever did that photo. That looks amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
Big news.
Yes, big news. Happened in the middle of the night. Aaron O'Toole is the new Tory leader here in Canada. He beat out Peter MacKay in the third round of balloting. It was a very close race between MacKay and O'Toole the whole time, with them sort of swapping positions in the polls on who was going to win. Aaron O'Toole had been rising in the previous poll right before. MacKay was still ahead, though, in that poll, but Aaron O'Toole pulled it out. So he's the new Conservative leader. Now, the reason it was delayed was the Conservatives had trouble figuring out how to open their mail. And apparently they had some problems opening the mail.
Took till 1:30 in the morning.
Took till 1:30 in the morning because their mail opening thing decided to actually shred ballots, apparently. So then I had to go through and manually check them all. So that's why in the middle of the night, Aaron O'Toole finally found out that he is the new leader of the Conservative Party. Congratulations to O'Toole on that. This is a signal that the Conservatives are going to stay in their true blue fundamentals. And because MacKay was on more of the progressive side of the Conservative Party, Who knows what's going to happen with McKay going forward. But we'll be back with Doug Ford at 1 p.m. for his announcement from Queen's Park. And I will see you then at 1. Thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic morning.
See you at 1.